advancement caused lots of danger to the society. So, establishing Grihastha Dharma. What is Grihastha Dharma? Grihastha Dharma, being situated in a family life, you can still be Krishna conscious. So, being Krishna conscious is most important, that how one can be religious and how one can develop the essence of all religious value as spirituality. शास्त्रेर सिद्धांते तबु पूज्य नारायण ब्रह्म शिव सृष्टि लय कार्य कारण. One must worship Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu, knowing that he is the ultimate cause of everything. When we do not know that the ultimate cause is Vishnu, and the purpose of the human form of life is to worship Vishnu. ବାସୁଦେବ ଛାଡ଼ି ଯାଇ ଅନ୍ୟ ଦେବ ଭଜେ ଈଶ୍ୱର ଛାଡ଼ିଆ ସେଇ ସଂସାର ଏତେ ମଜେ. Anybody for that matter, if not worshipping Vasudeva, he is worshipping here and there anything else, then he will never get the perfection of human form of life. To get the perfection of human form of life, one must practice Krishna consciousness very seriously. Ishwara chhadiya sei sansar ete maje. So, because we have forgotten Krishna, because we are not worshipping Vishnu in our every activities, that is the reason that we have to suffer in this material world. केह बले विष्णु पर तत्ववत जानी सर्व विष्णुमय विश्व वेद वाक्य मनी. Some other says that Vishnu is there in everybody, in demigods, in human being, in living entity, other creatures. So you worship anybody, that will be worship of Vishnu. That is wrong concept. Vishnu is everywhere. Sarva devarchane hoy Vishnura saman. That is the wrong concept. How? If you water into the root of the tree, that will give nourishment to the tree. But if you water at the leaves only, then the tree will die. Similarly, if you think that Sarva Vishnumaya Vishwa e katha ବୋଲି ବିଷ୍ଣୁ ପୂଜା କହିଲେ ସର୍ବ ଦେବ ପୂଜା ମିଳେ. That means when you know that all the demigods are within Vishnu, if you water at the root, if you worship Vishnu, all the demigods are getting worshipped. ତରୁମୂଳେ ଜଳ ଦେଲେ ଶାଖାର ଉଲ୍ଲାସ. ତରୁମୂଳେ ଜଳ ଦେଲେ ଶାଖାର ଉଲ୍ଲାସ. ପଲ୍ଲବେ ଢାଳିଲେ ଜଳ ବୃକ୍ଷର ବିନାଶ. The concept that Sarva Devarchane Hoya Vishnura Samana means worshipping all demigods are equal to the worship of Vishnu is like the concept of Pallava Dhalire Jala Brukhyara Vinas. If you just water on the leaves, then the tree will die. So this kind of misconception can be eradicated. One should seriously take into the worship of Vishnu directly. अतएव पूजी विष्णु अन्य देव त्यजी तथा ते अन्य देव काजे काजे पूजी. But you may worship other demigods by giving Nirmalya of Vishnu. बहुदेव पूजे विष्णु सामान्य दर्शने एक एक देव एक एक फलदाता. One demigods give you one result. Every demigod cannot give every result. Sarva Phaladata Vishnu Sakalera Pata. But Lord Vishnu gives all the results. Bhukti, Mukti, Siddhi, everything he gives. And one thing which nobody can give is Bhakti. That only Vishnu can give. But anybody, whatsoever you get from any demigods is in reality granted from Vishnu. They all being sourced from Vishnu. Not only Vishnu grant what you ask from other demigods, but also he provide you the necessary shraddha to properly worship those demigods. Vishnu puji phala payo chhade devantare. Kami jana jadi tattva janivar pare. Once these lusty, desirous people understand the concept that Vishnu worship is very much required and is the only essence, the meaning and purpose of this human form of life. So our duty is to bring this Kami jana into this tattva through the process of value education, science and spirituality. Grihastha should obey Varna and Ashram very strictly. Chatru Varna dharma kariba sansara. Chatru Varna dharma kariba sansara. Sudha Krishna bhakti bale habe sadachara. A Grihastha must fully obey the Varna and Ashram system. Four Varna, like Grihastha, before Grihastha, he is Brahmachari, then he is allowed to enter into Grihastha, then Vanaprastha. One should not remain in Grihastha ashram after getting this age of 50 because there were duration assigned for growth of human being into the spiritual life. He can remain one fourth of the 100 years in every ashram. Brahmachari 25 year, Grihastha 25 year, Vanaprastha 25 year, and Sannyasa 25 year. If the duration is 60 year, then 15 year each. So maybe one have to spend Grihastha life because he has to take care of the children. Maybe 15 to 20 year maximum. If we get married at age of 25, then 50 is the ideal age. 25 to 30 means 50. If he's getting late married, then he cannot abide by the principles of the scriptures. So Varna, that is ashrama, and Varna is that when one has taken birth as Sudra, Brahmana, Kshatriya, or whatsoever, he must execute his duties as per that. Swaswa dharmana abhirata samsiddhi labhate nara. But he still, if not worship Vishnu, Chaturvarna Jadyapi Shri Krishna nahi bhaje, Varna dharmachare thaki rauravete maje. Being situated in such Varna while executing his duty, if he is not worshipping Vishnu, well, that is the main purpose. We have forgotten Vishnu. Remembering Vishnu is the purpose. If we are doing our activities but not worshipping Vishnu, that means we are not following the purpose of human form of life. He will again not be rewarded human form of life. Rather, he has to suffer Raurava because he acts some way or other, lots of enviousness, kills many living entity during the process of his livinghood, and sometimes cheats people to earn money and other things. So for that, any living entity, if is not taken to the worship of Vishnu, the Varna Dharma Charitaki Rauravete Mache. Even though Grihastha must follow Varna Ashrama, still, if he is not doing that, then he has to suffer Raurava Narka. Kali Sarva Sudra Sambhava. Nobody is in a life of higher Varna in this age. Everybody born to be Sudra, but Sanskare Dija Bhavet. By taking the initiation from a bona fide spiritual master, he is elevated by practice of Krishna consciousness. So Vishnu worship is the only mean that one can maintain Varna and Ashram. Varna dharmacharya गृहस्थ सब कर्म. Varna bina गृहस्थर nahi ara dharma. So without this Varna ashram system, so when you have been chosen brahmacharya life, you must completely follow brahmacharya life without associating with women, practicing on austerity, shastra dhyana, guru seva, अमानित्वम, अदम्भिकम, अहिंसा, ख्याति, आर्जव्यम, आचार्य उपासनम, स्थैर्य, आत्मविनिग्रह, जनसंग, लोलुप्तम, अरतिर जनसंसदि, असाधु संग त्याग, स्त्री संग, असाधु संग is very strictly to be avoided in brahmacharya life. So like that, one should practice brahmacharya life, but in grihastha life, one has to strictly adhere to the principles to please Vishnu, Sarvakarje, any activities he perform as per the religious principle, Varna Dharma Acharana, as per the regulated devotional service, he must worship in every activities Vishnu. जावत अर्थ परिग्रह श्रीकृष्ण भजिबे निसर्गत विधि वाक्य जे पर्यंत नर वर्ण धर्म सो निर्वाहे करिब आदर. Being grihastha, one should not neglect his duty. As a grihastha, he has responsibility to do panchajagya, to do the benefit. He must take care of atithi, he must take care of sadhu. अन्य तीन आश्रम गृहस्थ आश्रम में निर्भर है. All other three ashrams are dependent on grihastha. So grihastha ashram is also regarded as a highest ashram. It is very difficult to maintain a first class grihastha ashram. If somebody is properly executing grihastha ashram, he can attain all the result. However, a sufficiently trained grihastha ashram will also leave the ashram when he attain the age. If somebody is not executing grihastha ashram properly, he will have attachment and he will not able to take into vanaprastha. So that is the process. Gruhi Vaishnavara ei advaya sadhana Sri Vishnu advaya tatte daitya nivartana. What is daitya nivartana? That one must know that one should worship Sri Vishnu and his nama, rupa, guna, lila. He must seriously engage in the worship of Vishnu. There should not be any deviation in practicing Krishna consciousness. He has certain duties for Pitru Purusha, for Devaruna, Pitruna. He must be freed from all this runa, but should not practice a Mayavada concept. Mayavada concept is that which is like Anyadeva Puja, Daitya Buddhi. Daitya Buddhi means considering the name is different from Vishnu, considering Nama, Rupa, Guna, Lila different from Vishnu, considering Shiva, Brahma are independent God or equal to Vishnu. So these are Daitya Buddhi. So this अपराध है नामाभास और नाम अपराध है. प्रेम लाभ नय, cannot attain the love of Godhead. मायावादी मते पितृ श्राद्ध जय करे जेवा अन्य देव पूजे अपराध मरे. So while offering your homages to Pitru Purush, you must do Shraddha. Cannot neglect this duty. But not by worshipping other demigods. विष्णु तत्व दैत्य बुद्धि नाम अपराध से अपराधी तार है भक्ति बाध. गृहस्थ है आज विष्णु भक्त है सर्व कार्य कृष्ण पूजे छाड़िया संशय. His most important duty is that in every activities he must worship Krishna. Sarva karya Krishna puje chhadiya sansaya. Without a single tinge of doubt, he must always worship Krishna. Chhadiya sansaya, no doubt. Vishnu Vaishnavara puja vedete vidhana deva pitru gane Krishna nirmalya padana. So that is the principle. So when he want to offer his homages for Pitru Purusha, there are specific days, especially the current period was going on, just finished is Pitru Loka, Pitru Kala. So during this time, one should offer homages. There are certain rules and regulations. I will explain in more details that why one must do this and how one must do this. Krishna Nirmalya Pradhan. The essence of everything is that the prasada of Krishna can give the remembrance and can save anybody from the dangerous forms like Pitru. Pitraloka is like a resting place. When some living entities were not immediately granted a body, they were taken a rest in Pitraloka. And in a year, for 15 days, they were given the time to come to their own houses, visit there, and accept prasad offered by the people. So during Pitru Loko time, you can offer to all of your ancestors. But there is a day also when the departed souls anniversary comes, exact tithi, exact time accordingly, you must choose that. In that time, you should offer food stuffs that is Nirmalya offered to Krishna. So that can actually relieve them from these bondages of the karma. Deva Pitru Gane Krishna Nirmalya Pradana. So that is the duty of a Vaishnava. ଅତଏବ ସର୍ବ କାର୍ଯ୍ୟ କର୍ମ ଜଡ଼ ଭାବ ଛାଡ଼ିଆ ଗୃହସ୍ଥ ପାୟ ଭକ୍ତିର ସଦ୍ଭାବ. If one give up the material inclination in all of activities, grihastha should give up the material inclination. He should have only inclination to please Vishnu, then only he can get the real feeling of worshipping Krishna. So that exact time one must know to offer homages to ancestors. That Shraddha, there is certain principles. The exact death day as per Tithi should be calculated. One normally should offer before 12 p.m. the Shraddha, before midday. And avoid Tarpan during Rahu Kala or Jamagandhan time. One should arrange paraphernalia like sacred thread, kusha grass, black sesame, barley, rice flour, incense, ghee, milk, honey, sugar, achaman patra, etc., sandalwood paste, which he should purify. The purification of the environment and bringing Krishna consciousness in the mind is very important. Setting the respectful environment, prepare mind, body, and intelligence before offering the homages. Clean the altar area very nicely, put incense to purify the air, remove physical and spiritual impure element from the place of worship from the home, clean everything, wear new dresses after taking bath, and clean your mind by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra and doing pranayama. After you do all these practices, then you will be ready to offer your homages to Vishnu and then the Nirmalya to parents. So that is offering homages to Vishnu, you should do every day. And every day you should live a life of sanctity as explained in the previous slide. That how you can purify yourself. So these are the six principles. You have to purify mind, body, and intelligence every day. Getting up early morning, chanting holy name, clean your body, wear clean clothes after taking bath, clean your altar, start deity worship, offer incense, aratika to Supreme Personality of Godhead called Mangala Arati, and keep all the unclean things away and fill the house and the environment with spiritually vibrant and pure environment. Clean your mind by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. In this way, you'll be able to purify the whole environment for the practice of Krishna consciousness. So, like that, the eldest son or the male member should perform the puja sitting toward south directions, lighting ghee, offering the mantras, sitting in a kusak grass. There are various mantra, especially one should offer foods with pinda like rice, sesame, ghee, and then he should offer the mantras Om Pitrubhye Nama and to Narayana, Om Narayana Nama, should chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra uh, and offer only prasada, Nirmalya to Pitrupurus. That way, they will be freed from this. And it is important that Vaishnava should feed Vaishnava, Brahmana, and poor people. So, food for life initiative that only giving Krishna Prasad so that the poor will be nourished with Krishna Prasad and take to Krishna consciousness, which will cleanses all the sinful reactions accumulated in their heart, enable them to develop Shraddha, through which they can become a first class devotee. And gradually their sins are eradicated so that they will not suffer for hunger again. So the mercy is by giving donation to proper spiritual organizations, and food that is offered should be prepared with lots of devotions, cleanliness, care. Then Vishnu takes this prasad, and whoever takes this prasad Nirmalya will be benefited. So these are the bare minimum duties of a grihastha through which he can serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And by that process, one can actually do the benefit to the social welfare and to his individual welfare go back Godhead. Otherwise, it is not possible. Hare Krishna.